Here's the agenda for today. I'm going to give you a 90-day fast track to jumpstart your revenue share organization. I'm going to share with you what I did in my first 90 days, and hopefully you guys can take this and run with it. Even if you've been here for a year, 2 years, some of you 2.5 years, and you really haven't started it, but that's quite okay, right? Today can be your first day of the first 90 days of your EXP revenue share organization. I can't tell you how important that to get that mindset, right? You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to say, man, I can't believe I blew the last 6 months of last year not doing this. Now is the best time, better than ever, to build a revenue share organization. I can tell you that, when I joined at 6,000 agents, I never dreamt there would be 39,000 agents today. And I'm telling all of you, in 2021, we're going to do our darnest to hit 100,000 agents, which means you're still in the beginning of the 1/3 when we get to 100,000 agents, right? At 11 a.m., Gene Frederick is jumping on, right? Gene is the second highest income earner for EXP Realty Revenue Share. The highest one is Rob Flick. We get him next week. Rob's jumping on next week. Gene recruited Rob. Rob surpassed Gene, which means all of you can surpass me, and that will be that'll be totally awesome when one of you or someone that you're going to bring in this month, this year, totally surpasses all of us. That makes all of us happy, right? And then we're going to go through some follow-up and follow-through skill sets, okay? And then what you should do for your teams who have joined this organization, what they need to do for their first 60 days, because making sure that the agents that you bring onto this business plug into everything that's possible is so critical to long-term growth, duplication, scalability, motivation, the energy in your organization, all of that. Scott comes on at 12:30. He's going to close it out, and I've asked each of them to sort of inspire, but also get down to a little bit of the nuts and bolts about what they did to get to their first 500 agents. I'm teaching this because I'm up to 500 agents. I think last night I was up to 540. All right, and next year, my goal for you guys is how to get to 1,000. I can't teach you how to get to 1,000 yet because I'm not there, but I can teach you certainly how to get to 500, all right? But Gene, Rob, and Scott, they've all gotten way past 1,000. And by the way, both of these guys who's coming on today hit 500 way faster than me, all right? So I want you to learn from the best of the best. In the chat, for the sake of time, everyone type in what city you're from, okay, and what is your revenue share goal for the next 90 days? Personals and total and group. You don't need to type your name, all right? What city you're in, how many personals, and how many total in your group in the next 90 days. Let's go. 6-10 group with Chris Warner, Lei Duan, Westboro, goal 3, 90 days. We're gonna track all of this. Brian Allenby. Brian, by the way, is consistently bringing agents in. He's only been with us for like 2 months. He's got 2 personals, and his goal is going to be 8 and 90 days. Awesome. For those who joined this call, to send off the accountability chart and show and ask you to fill in your numbers on where you are now and where you will be a month, 2 months, 3 months from now. I hope everyone puts it in. If you don't put it in, you got to have your goals, guys. If you don't have your goals written down, you're never going to achieve that. Tell me now in your chat as well, type in again, how many cities or states do you plan to expand in this coming year? If you just want to stay in Florida, then stay in Florida. But if you know you want, if you have a dream of being a snowbird like me, right? For me, I wanted to make sure that when Olivia and Chloe go off to college, Olivia's in California, I focused on building a business in California. I was intentional to make sure that I found agents that I was going to go after in California, specifically Los Angeles, so that when she goes to Los Angeles, I can go there, see my daughter, and build the business at the same time and have everything written off. My sister Elizabeth's on this call, lives in Florida. Florida was one of the states that I thought about retiring to because of the tax ramifications. So I purposely zoned in on Florida. to make sure that I found agents in Florida and was intentful on making my daily calls to find agents in Florida to build that market. Does that make sense? My second state that I was purposeful in is Texas. That's why I'm in Texas, because Texas is another state that's in the middle of the country that I can fly to from anywhere in the United States, get there with a 3 to 2 hour flight anywhere in the US, versus having to live in the East Coast and travel all the way to West Coast. So all these things are part of my vision board, part of my reasoning on what I do and why I do it. Do you have a clear vision on what your life is going to be like 2 years from now, 4, 6, 10 years from now? Because you have the ability to design your life. You have total ability to design your life the way you want to design, and no one else controls it except you guys. With this platform, you don't have a boss, right? There's no boss that's going to limit how much you can succeed in this business. Make sure so we have that tracked, all right? And you have to have these numbers, because if you don't, you're never going to get there. How big is your list, guys? Have you written down your top 50, 100, 250, 500 people that you are going to go after? The bigger your list, the bigger your business. I continue to add to my list each and every week. Sometimes each and every day, I would add to my list. As an example, I got called on to get recruited by Keller Williams. They continue to go after me, even though they know I'm the XP guy. So yesterday, I went on a recruit. I went on an interview. Man, I had so much fun. I thought I was just gonna go and meet with the recruiter, all right? She was a paid recruiter, she's on salary, blah, blah, blah. And I show up, franchise owner is there, his office manager is there, and the recruiter is there. And they're all puzzled. They're like, why are you here? We see what you're doing. We follow you on Facebook. Why are you here? And I said to them, honestly, I said, because you guys called me. Do you know how many times I call to recruit agents and they don't want to see me? I'm so excited to say yes to you, because I'm sure you get no's all the time. If you are getting recruited, go on the freaking appointment. Because if you find something better, I'm going to be so upset that you didn't share it with me. And if you ever find something better, I will follow you and I will bring all 500 of our team over there. I've said that to Glenn Sanford, to Jason Guessing, to the powers at EXP, and says, if we don't continue to stay agile and reinvent ourselves and become the best and deliver the best tools, training, support systems, someone's going to come along and eat our lunch. And after you make your list, make sure that you thou rate your list on who you respect the most. I call it your chicken list. Your chicken list. Who has a chicken list?
So the people that you're adding to your list, Tom, is it people that you know or met, or it could be people that you don't know?
It could be people you don't know either. Don't put them on the list unless you're going to stop calling them. But put people on your chicken list, right? Jim Huang he wasn't really on my chicken list. Jim Huang was my very good friend list, but he was certainly a rock star. He was one of the first guys. He's part of my top 10 guys that I called on. Okay, John Wong, the founder of ARIA, the Asian Real Estate Association of America, the nonprofit that I belong to, was on my chicken list. But I made sure that John was one of the first 10 people I sat down with and showed the program to, because I would kick myself if someone else recruited John instead of me. So do you have your list, and then do you have your chicken list? Okay, that's basically the people who you respect the most successful people in the industry, so on and so forth. Okay, this list, the bigger the list is, the more motivated you will be. If you only have a list of 5 or 10, you're going to be pretty depressed when you're building this revenue share business. But the bigger your list means the bigger your dream and the more people you can get through to share this opportunity with. And it's okay that they say no, because your job is to sort for aces, right? How many cards in the deck? 52. Show it to 52, you'll find 4 aces who's gonna say, yes, I want in, and I'm gonna run with you. It's not all 52 are gonna say, yeah, Tom, I'm in, I'm gonna run with you. I'm telling you, 1 out of 10 will wanna run with you. 1 out of 20 will really build an explosive business that gets to 500 in the next 3 years. Those are the numbers, and it's a numbers game. And then you need to keep adding agents to your list each and every week, each and every day, all right? Where do you add agents? Guys, open up your microphone. Where are you getting the names on your list? Come on.
Tom, I've been in the business almost 20 years. Just about every friend of mine has a license, so it's not too difficult for me to make a good list.
Okay, very good. So he goes to his database, his Rolodex. What else?
Social media.
Yeah, social media. Guys, when you post something on social media about your business, when I do it, I have people who click it and comment on it, and they like it. That name goes on my list. I have to then Facebook Messenger them right away, say, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. You know, I'm curious, when do you have 30 minutes just to hop on a FaceTime to say hello, to chat? I love to learn more about your business. Complimenting them, and you're just catching up. You never have to talk to about EXP. You don't want to recruit them on the first call unless they ask. Now that you've mentioned it about EXP, I wasn't prepared to share with you why I'm so excited about this organization, about this platform. How about we schedule a time tomorrow or the next day for 45 minutes, and let's talk about your brokerage and my brokerage, and let's compare notes to see, you know, which delivering the value that you and I need as real estate professionals.
Hi, Tom. It's Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
I just wanted to throw this out there and edify the Tom story. And for those who doesn't know, I use LinkedIn a lot. Tom Truong actually said no 3 to 4 times on LinkedIn before he jumped on board. So 2 things that I wanted to resonate with everybody is the 2 things that needs to happen: relationship and timing. So once you get those, and it's going to roll. Don't be afraid to reach out on whatever social media platform that you enjoy doing, but continue to serve. Like Lisa said yesterday, is do what you do best. If you are a high producing listing agent, continue to do that. Once you build that relationship with that transaction, and just go from there. Really, it comes down to that and just being consistent. I know I've fallen off, but currently right now, I'm at about 4 and 15. So I need to get back to 10 personals and 50 on the team in my next 90 days. That's basically it from what I'm telling you.
Thank you, Sam. Awesome. Social media posts are totally awesome. You need to reach out to all those people who are liking it and commenting it. If they're neutral, they'll just keep watching you. They'll keep watching you and watching you. But boy, I'm telling you, once they start liking your comments, liking your post and commenting on something, that is fair game. They're basically reaching out saying, hey, that's pretty cool. That resonates with them. So that's where you get your list. All right, learn to professional. And so once you have the list, what do you do next? Well, professionally invite them to do what I believe is critical, is a one-on-one, all right? Hey, let's meet for coffee. Yes, we can still meet for coffee right now during COVID-19. Keep your masks on, stay 6 feet away, you can still get it done. That to me is the best way to do it, one-on-one meetings, okay? I've continued to ask people, I will drive to you. I will fly to you. I will go wherever I need to show you this program because you mean that much to me. You're too good of a friend for me to send you a video. I have said that. I learned that line recently over the past 3 months. You are too good of a friend. I respect you too much to send you a video. When can we meet? If you give me 2 hours of uninterrupted time, I will fly to South Carolina and meet with you. I will fly to San Diego and meet with you. I will come to Mexico and meet with you because you mean that much to me. And this is so important. Have you guys done that? Will you do that if you want to build a big business? All of my big players who have biggest organizations in my business, I met in person. I can tell you it was not a Zoom call. I can tell you it was not someone else showing the presentation. It was me at the beginning fumbling through the presentations. But it's the excitement that comes out. When the excitement comes out, people see it and it's like, oh man, whatever he's having, whatever drug he's having, I want some of that. It's so critical that you just meet them for coffee and you show it to them. And then you start asking them what if questions. Hey, Patton, What if I can show you a program where you can work just as hard but make twice as much? Hey, Debbie, what if I can show you a lead generation program where you no longer have to spend $500 to $1,000 a month paying for leads? Instead, just invest 30 minutes to an hour a day, and after 21 days, you will have more leads than you can handle. Would your business change a bit? What if I can show you doing what you're currently doing, meeting real estate agents, doing deals with them on the buyer side, the seller side, when you're going to your association meetings, when you're doing all this, and you're sharing with them the opportunity, you're not going out of your way. What if I can show you a program that in the next 2 to 5 years, you can create passive income to the tune of a 6-figure income. And you don't have to change up what you're doing other than asking a few simple questions. Would you meet with me for a cup of coffee? Would you want to hop on a Zoom call with me? Would you fly to me and say hello? Or I fly to you and say hello, okay? So as fast as you can, I'm telling you guys, start to show the plan.